Hey guys, how's it going? I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing an album review of the newest album by Silent Planet, entitled When the End Began. Now, a lot of you have known how much I've raved about this band for some time now. They're a Christian metalcore band that originated in the 2010s. I think they came around in 2012, if I'm not mistaken. And I really like these guys. I think that they're very unique in their style. Definitely different than what you normally hear from metalcore. I mean, they have the standard clean scream vocals, but there's something about the way it's done that has really brought me to these guys. I can't really understand it. I've often described them as a heavier version of August Burns Red. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but that's the vibe I get from them. But I could be totally wrong. But they have a unique style that you're just going to have to listen to for yourself. But anyway, this is their newest album, When the End Began. It came out I want to say a couple of weeks ago, maybe early November. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each track and talk about them individually, tell you what I liked about it, maybe even throw in a couple of my favorite lyrics from the song. So without further ado, the first song is called Thus Spoke. Now this isn't really a song, it's more of like an intro to get the album started. But it does have some lyrics in it, and what I like about it is the build-up. It builds up into this kind of, I guess you would call it unclean vocals slash spoken word a little bit. And there's quite a bit of that on this album, which I think is really unique and cool. But what I like about Thus Spoke is the intro. Like I said, it's kind of mellow, but then it builds and builds, and then you get the spoken word part. And what's also unique is that at the very end, it incorporates all of Silent Planet's album titles in one line, because it says, "The night God slept, everything was sound when the end began." Yes, I'm looking at the official lyric booklet. For those of you who don't know, the night God Slept was their very first album, and then their second album was Everything Was Sound, and now their latest album is When the End Began. I thought that was a cool way to incorporate the titles of all the albums. I thought that was really well done. And now we go into the track number 2, which is the first official song, and that is the New Eternity. Now this one starts off with a bang. It really does. Starts off with a very in-your-face question. It says, "Mother, tell me, why do the waters make us sick? Who bleeds the heavens, making the clouds rain pestilence?" It's a very eye-opening track, a very honest track, and a very I don't know how to explain. It's very unique, very good, and if you notice in this booklet, I don't know how well you guys can see that, but you see all this right here. What they do is they incorporate footnotes into their songs. That way you can look up the history of what the lyrics are actually talking about, and I think that is really, really cool. So yeah, the New Eternity. It looks like it may be talking about. I don't really know. You see, and that's another thing with Silent Planet. You don't really understand what a lot of the lyrics are talking about until you look up all of these footnotes that they have, which I think is really cool. It makes you do a lot of research. But the New Eternity is a great way to start. It's very eye-opening, very, I would say it's more vocally driven, and that's what I will say about this album. It's more vocally driven than it is instrumentally, but the instrumentation is still really good. But yeah, the New Eternity is a great way to open it. And next, track number 3, we have Northern Fire's Guernica. Now, this is another really good one. I don't have a lot to complain about on this one either. Sounds like it's talking about. Sounds like it's actually talking about Guernica. I saw an interview with the lead singer. His name's Garrett. I don't remember his last name, so forgive me for that. But he was talking about it's actually about the city of Guernica and about all the wars that fell upon it back in the day. And it's just amazing how they gain all this information. And the lead singer is very knowledgeable. If you ever look up his interviews that he does, his IQ is out of this world, man. And that's another thing that really drew me to this band, is how much research and passion that they actually put into these songs. Once again, it's another vocally driven song, but the instrumentation is also really good, and it's got a lot of thought-provoking lyrics. Especially like this whole verse right here. I think this is the second verse. I've been digging through timelines, historical bylines. I find the fatal flaw in our design lies between thoughts we had and words we knew, between what we're told and what is true. Who fuels the fascist, a classist, inculcating the masses and passes under the contrived countenance of contrition? It would have taken me 1,000,000 years to come up with lyrics like that. But yeah, another really great track, nonetheless. Okay, we have track number 4, I think. Yeah, track number 4, which is a song called After Dusk. Now, if I'm being honest, this is probably my least favorite off the whole album, and that's not to say that it's bad in any stretch of the imagination. It's not. But, I don't know, it just feels kind of out of place to me and doesn't really seem up to Silent Planet standards on this album. It doesn't really seem like it goes anywhere. But that notwithstanding, it's still a pretty good song. Like I said, more vocally driven vocals from Garrett, and a message that you really have to think about. I feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot throughout this review, but that's the only way I know how to describe these songs. Very, very, very good. Very, like I said, it's probably my least favorite, but it's still very good. Okay, next, track number 5 is the song Visible Unseen. Now, this is a great track. Starts off with these explosive, unclean vocals from Garrett, and the message in this song, I think, is actually talking about the LGBT community and how they, like, when they finally come out as gay or bi or whatever, that they actually, like, some people don't end up accepting them. And I think that's what this song is about. Because the very first line, no, I'm sorry, in the verse it says, I just saw it, where was it? Oh yeah, crushed beneath holy hypocrisy. Now keep in mind, this is a Christian band. As far as I know, they are anyway. But yeah, Visible Unseen is a great song. Powerful song. Yeah. Next we have an interlude called Look Outside, Dream. I don't have anything to say about that. I don't review interludes. Next we have what begins my stretch of awesome songs from here on out as far as I'm concerned. The next song is called Vanity of Sleep. Now this was, I think, one of the very first singles ever released for this album. I could be wrong, it may have been the second, but this is a great song. And this is one of those songs that not only incorporates the clean and unclean vocals, but it also has a little bit of spoken word in some of the verses that I think is really unique about what Silent Planet has to offer. One of my favorite lines in this song is, welcome to the end stage age where joy is a pill and love's a prescription. Vaccinated with an outward suspicion, isolation became our pre-existing condition. Another really great batch of thought-provoking lyrics. Another great song. Next we have probably the slowest song on the album, and that's called In Absence. And this song is actually talking about someone who has Alzheimer's. And it's a really sweet way of coping with someone who actually has that disease and is not able to remember who you are and stuff. Really, really slow-paced song, very heartfelt and emotional. My favorite lyric in this one is in the bridge where it says, I'll turn with your reversing clock and describe the color when you can't see the sunrise. Come on. That's poetic right there, and this is what I mean about Silent Planet with these poetic-esque lyrics. I love it. Like I said, In Absence is the slowest song on the album. Very great, very emotional, very raw. And next we have the song Share the Body. This is another great song. This is actually probably my favorite off of the whole album, just because I love the pacing. I love, not just the pacing, but I love how every part of this song has something to offer. Once again, it has your typical scream vocals with your clean vocals, and it has, if I'm not mistaken, some more of that spoken word, maybe in like one part in the song. But it's another great song, and what I love, like the part that draws me in the most is that chorus. It's so infectious in this song. And it says, blood moon, the shadow in my skin, the window of my soul was sealed, but I still let you in. Blood moon, shiver through my mind, only the need is real, feel whatever I can to make sure I can't feel. And I've heard that this is about opioid addiction and drug addiction in general. Another great song. Next we have a song called Firstborn. Now this is another really great track. Very, very good. It has, once again, another one of those catchy sort of choruses that really make you sing along each time it's on. I just can't say enough about it. It's a really great song. Instrumentals are fantastic. This is probably my favorite song when it comes to the instrumentation. Just the guitars, the drums, everything about this song is so in sync to me, and it's really good, really good. Next we have the song Lower Empire. This is another, I'm trying to remember what it's about. This is probably another one of my least favorites from the album. Once again, that's not to say it's bad. It just doesn't really stand out to me like the others. But it's still pretty good. Just like you would expect. You know, the same classic metalcore style. There's one part in here that's really cool. It's almost like Morse code. Like the lead singer is singing, but it sounds like he's singing with some Morse code effects over his voice, which I thought was pretty cool. And next we have the song The Anatomy of Time, Babel. Now, I feel like I said, I feel like I'm repeating myself. Another really good song. I think this is about like people who try to take their religious beliefs and try to shove it down other people's throats. I think it's talking about all the hypocrisy that presents, and this was probably one of my favorite songs as far as vocals go. Garrett does a really great job with not only expressing what he feels, but also just letting the listener know that, you know, not every Christian is like the hypocritical ones. And last but not least, we have the song Depths 3. Now this is the spoken word, like throughout the whole song. It's really, really great. It's very somber, very mellow, and as he's doing the spoken word, he's also kind of like, excuse me guys, I thought I had to sneeze. But, like not only is he talking, like he's kind of like screaming the words too. It's a really cool little effect that he has going. Great album overall. I'd give it a strong 9 out of 10. I want to hear what you guys think. Drop a comment down below. Subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends about me. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.